Hey everyone, Phoenix here. We are at the battle for Helm's Deep, ready to defend Rohan on behalf of Theoden King. I'm very excited to do this in Lord of the Rings Online. So we go to Helm's Deep. We've done a bunch of little quests to get here, and then we talk to Gleowine, and he kind of gets us through into the next day. And there's some time travel stuff that you can do, obviously, because this is an MMO and they want you to have access to all the different things. And so you do some time travel and it gets you into this night and into this instance. Now, this is part of this epic battle system that is introduced for the first time with this fight at Helm's Dyke. Now, there's two ways to do this. You can either do the epic battle, and I just love this view. This is incredible with all these orcs out there in the distance. And what I was saying is you can either do this as an epic battle, which is a more intense gameplay experience, or you can do this storied mode, which is what I'm doing. So this is the storied tale of Helm's Dyke. So you kind of are way more involved, I think, in the ongoings of the battle, and you got these NPCs telling you where to go and how to do the fight, which is a lot of fun. I think I will go back and do the epic battle just to try that. I did the tutorial for the epic battles and it seems interesting. You kind of get to be a general and like control forces, or you get to be an engineer and you get to shoot ballistas and load them and aim them and stuff. So that's definitely something that I'm interested in trying, but thought we would just do the storied tale because that's most of what I'm interested in when I'm playing Lord of the Rings Online is the story. So that's where we're at. And yes, so this is the first part of that instance where we're at Helm's Dyke. Helm's Dyke is wiped out from the Two Towers movie. They don't show it or mention it at all, but this is basically an outer fortification in front of Helm's Deep. So the orcs have to make it through here before they can assault Helm's Deep itself. So we're fighting them off. There's Rohirrim everywhere helping us. Kind of my one gripe with the Lord of the Rings Online, and I'm sure this is a system issue, and you know it would cause too much lag if these were actually monsters, but there's all this combat going on, there's all this fighting, and you can't fight a lot of the guys, so this is kind of a disappointment sometimes. But there is this huge siege engine that looks like something you would see at the gates of Minas Tirith in the Return of the King movie, like that wolf that spits fire, but this is something else that's spitting fire. Pretty cool. So we're going to continue on and defend Helm's Dyke on the western side. So this dike goes across, I believe this is the Isen, like it's a tributary of it, or it is the Isen, the river. And so there's one side of Helm's Dyke is on one side of the river and one side is on the other. So we've got to stop these orcs from getting up onto the top of the dike. But this is kind of what I'm talking about. Like, you can see there's a ton of orcs and it's really cool, but really they're just like decorations, and there's only like 5 or 6 that actually fight. I guess you have to kind of just forget about that and suspend your disbelief a little bit. Alright, so we are heading away from this fight to the gate to try to defend the gate. And there's like an argument going on about whether or not we should even stay or we should run because there's too many orcs. We can't do it. So we fall back. And yeah, so this is the river that I was mentioning. There's like random Rohirrim standing here saying, "We must not lose the dike." Alright, so we're heading to the gate, and the gate is just about to get destroyed. But I don't even, the gate is like huge, but then there's the portcullis there with the river, so I feel like the orcs can get through there too. So here's that great siege engine on the other side. We got 6 Rohirrim defending this gate. But this is super cool. So it spits fire at the gate, and then the gate like slowly heats up. And I like this effect where it melts it. I'm sure it just changes. Yeah, it just changes items, but it looks cool. So this thing is melting through, and we are running, because that is terrifying. And throughout these instances, there are some like little side quests that like you have to do, but they're kind of, I guess, side to the main story. Like here, we're gonna go untie 3 horses because these poor creatures are getting left behind. But that guy who's just standing there could have done this. Alright, so we freed the noble steeds of Rohan. I feel like I should take one of those back. Alright, so that is the Helm's Dyke storied mode. The Dyke gets overrun, and I guess it's defenseless. So once you complete that, you get put back in Helm's Deep, and then there's a couple of, like, again, small quests that get you to this one, but we'll just jump ahead to the Deeping Wall. So again, here there is an epic battle version, and I did the storied tale version, so this is more narrative driven. The orcs have just multiplied or moved closer to the wall. Now there's so many, like, look at that view. I do think it's funny, like, if you look off into the distance at the top of the screen here, they'd, like, there's just orcs all over the mountainside, too, which doesn't really make a lot of sense, but... So in this part, what we're trying to do is the orcs are scaling the walls with their ladders, so we're pushing ladders off the wall, killing the orcs that come up. And maybe the epic battle version of this is more intense, but I was expecting this to be tougher. But I guess this is just for the story, so that kind of makes sense that it's pretty easy. I feel like there should be like a million ladders coming up. Like, look at all those orcs down there. Push the ladder off, which is cool. And then we've got some rocks that we can drop and crush people. More ladders. Gotta drive them back. While this guy is loading the other rock traps for us, which is cool. Legolas is over there just shooting into the 10,000 orcs all by himself. There's the next rock trap. So now we've got 2 rock traps. Dump those on them. Kind of a cool concept. I don't know where the rocks came from. Alright, so now we're following this Eglaf. We've got some orc besiegers up on the wall. We've got to kill them. Oh, we completed a deed. Nice. Alright, now we're going up the steps for some reason. There's some orcs on top of the tower that we have to take out. More orc besiegers. Thenka has followed us up here. There's no time to rest, my friend. It looks overwhelming. Back down the stairs. Whoa. I was legitimately, like, I know that that happens, but I was not expecting that to happen at this point for some reason. That was awesome. So this is the first part of Helm's Deep. I'm going to be making a separate part 2 with the rest of the instances that we go through in the defense. If you want to get these videos early, you can become a channel member using the link in the description. It really does help support me. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.